All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Bowling Green offensive lineman Tunde Fatukasi. Man, how's it going, bro?
So I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Well, it's good to know, bro. But for those people who are not familiar with you, man, tell me about yourself.
I'm originated from Nigeria. My family's from Nigeria. Um, born and raised in New York. Went to school in New York, Far Rockaway, Queens. Been from New York my whole life. I like music. I like playing music. I enjoy making music a lot. I like fishing. I like basketball. I like playing. I like fishing as well. I like doing a lot of things. I'm a very adventurous person. I like going out, trying new foods. I like sushi. That's just a little bit about me.
A little bit about you. So, what was the start of your football journey? What got you into football?
What got me into football? It was this one practice where I went to. It was like a youth practice. Went there, did a couple drills with the team. Liked the coaching staff, liked the organization. It just felt like a great fit for me. In my youth days, I just kept telling my mom and my dad, I want to continue playing. I want to continue playing. And from there on, I just started going to practice every day. Started loving the organization. Started loving what I was doing, and I just fell in love with football from that day forward. You
Sometimes it's the purpose of what you get into. Once you're into it, it's kind of hard to get out of it, I guess.
know, most definitely, most definitely. Once you into it, once you into it and you're going and you're taking the practices serious and you're having fun as well with it too. It really goes a long way.
It sure does, man. So from all the offers from coming out of high school, what were the offers like?
I didn't really have that many offers. I kind of had Buffalo, UMass, New Hampshire, a couple Ivy Leagues too as well. Um, I believe Rutgers was one of my biggest offers, coming out of high school. And I kind of, committed from there.
Yeah, couldn't go wrong with Rutgers. It's like right down New Jersey. Pretty good program when it comes to some guys who came in as offensive linemen too. Like Anthony Davis was one of the guys who came from Rutgers.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, what was the experience like going from Rutgers?
The experience was nice, going to Rutgers, being around a group of good guys, a group of great coaches, who all just wanted to be 1% better in what they do. Whether it was coaching, whether it was breaking down film, whether it was building relationships. The organization was a really great organization, and it was a business-like organization. You have to come in there, 10 toes every day and be ready to work.
Well, the competition was pretty high, but what led you to transfer to Bowling Green?
Things wasn't really working out in my favor. Rutgers, I wanted to play right away, and things didn't really work out. So, which landed me to Bowling Green. Another great community, another great organization that brought me in as soon as I got in. Treated me like home. Which is my home, honestly. Um, just being around a bunch of a great staff, great players, who also wanted to get better as well every day, just building relationships, forever relationships. Practice was great, lifting was great, off the field, having fun, just doing things for the community, doing things for just other people as well. Bowling Green was a great home for me, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I guess getting a change of scenery is always for the better, and plus, you wanted to be a starter and have an opportunity, which I can understand why some players would transfer. Maybe the not quite a fit with the current coaching staff or the new staff. It could be one of those factors.
Yeah.
But going to a different state, man, going from where you were from New Jersey all the way to Kentucky. Wait, is it in
It
Kentucky?
was it was actually in Bowling Green is in Ohio, so
Okay, Ohio.
it's like 30 minutes away from Toledo. It's about an hour from Detroit. Another 2 hours from Columbus, I think. So it's kind of right there in the middle.
So how do you like it over there? I mean, like going from where you grew up from New York, from New Jersey, what's the difference from over there, man?
Um, it's a little bit more peaceful, a little bit more suburban like out there. It's a lot peaceful. You get a lot of more things done. Just a lot of less traffic. Because being in the city, it's a lot of traffic. Being in Ohio, it's a lot of peaceful out there. A lot of cornfields. You could do things. You could grow things, meet new people. It's a lot of farm out there. And I started to like play with horses and everything, and ride around horses down there. Try to make corn. In the cornfields. Try to just trying to do
Something unique, something a little
it.
different than you would be out
Something
of your
trying
comfort
just
zone.
trying to do something different. And just the atmosphere of being in Ohio. This you see a lot of things like this. I believe there was Northern Lights. You see a lot of Northern. See the eclipse better. So that's just my opinion, honestly.
And it's a different comfort level because you're in a quiet area, you're not too distracted, so it
Hmm.
makes I mean, some people say it benefits them from going from a different state because they can get away from the distraction.
Hmm. But
Um,
in my opinion, once you're focused and everything, and you know what you want coming out of college and everything just falls in place.
that's true. So what were the schemes like that when you played at Rutgers compared to what you had at Bowling Green?
The schemes was kind of we and Rutgers was kind of like I'll say spread fast tempo offense. When I got to Bowling Green, it's kind of like a pro style offense. Running a lot of outside zones, running a lot of stretch plays. Just opening the A gap. You know, from my perspective, we ran the ball a lot this year, which was counter. We ran a lot of counters. Counters is pretty much one of my favorite plays, depending on what side of the ball you on, whether on your left or whether you're on the right. Honestly, just opposing your will in the A gap, and just moving defenders out the gap so the running back could just take off and do his thing. That's kind of the schemes we ran. We pass the ball a lot. Yes, we did, but I think we was geared towards more running and doing a lot of counter and mid zones and everything. So
Yeah, I mean, why stop running the ball if it's working, right? Don't stop what's not don't change what's not broken.
mm-mm, you can't, you can't.
Yeah, that's how the old way of going. But like you said, you played those kind of schemes. They seem translatable.
Hmm.
Like, why should NFL teams draft you, man? And what makes you stand out from the rest of the offensive line coming into this draft class?
Um, NFL teams should draft me because I'm versatile, coachable, a great locker room guy. Just bringing great energy into the atmosphere, into the locker room, on the field, off the field. Coachable. I could take any coaching. From meeting rooms. Visually, and I could get the technique down. I build people up. That's around me. Even if somebody's down, could just bring them up. Get them going. Just having that guy in the room or in the building that's just dedicated to everybody being better, dedicated to the upbringing of kids, just the upbringing of people behind me, you know, just dedicated to my work and just being dominant in my game as well. When you're on the field, you have to turn on a switch, and that switch is all go mode, and me, I like to go on go mode, especially in the run game. I like imposing my will in that A gap. Honestly, uh, that's just being a team guy. Being around the team, bringing great aura to the team, great energy. No energy vampires over here. energy vampires. But yeah,
It's a different kind of vibe. Plus, you like you said, the versatility is what kind of intrigues other teams. Why do you feel being versatile matters at the next level?
being versatile matters at the next level because, in my opinion, you have to know how to do it at every position. Me, I've done it left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Not only in practice, but in the game too. And it's not doing it in the game, but also the situation where I was put in to do it. So like for instance, putting playing left tackle a day before the game. Just getting minimum reps. During team practices or during the week. Playing center 3 days before a game. And going into a game, guys is getting reps all year, like all months, all year. And me, I'm getting reps 3 days before a game and putting good tape out there. You know, um, doing it at right guard, doing it at right tackle. So just going out there and being placed in those situations, in under 24 hours and getting the job done, shows, my versatility and shows that I could pretty much do it, and if coach asks me, hey, Tunde, yo, we need you to play left guard. Okay, coach, I'm ready. Let's do it. For coach one, hey, Tune, we need you to play right guard. We need you to play center this game. Let's go. Let's do it, coach. Just being that guy, honestly.
Gotta do whatever it takes to win,
Most
and
definitely. Most definitely.
being adaptable to circumstances is like something you got to be accustomed to. Like, let's say the injury happens, a guy at center's hurt, they would want to throw you out there, and you're pretty much done all the snaps before, so that would be a no brainer.
Mhm.
But that's why versatility does matter at some levels because they want to throw in somebody who's capable of doing it instead of somebody who's uncomfortable and hasn't done it. You got to do different spots or else it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
I remember being thrown under a spot, where I had to be asked to play a different role, and I'm like, and it was just like 20 minutes before the game, and I'm like, I had a gut feeling thinking like, oh, they're gonna need me to play at guard instead of playing defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just knew it from right there. I'm like, all right. Oh, somebody got hurt at center. I got to move over there. It's
Just
one of
just
those
being
circumstances. Yeah.
just being ready when your number calls up, it shows a lot, to who you are as an individual, regardless of any circumstance,
Got to be ready.
just you have to be ready, man. You have to. It doesn't matter if anything could happen, anything could happen. You just got to be ready, man.
Yeah.
Be
You
ready
got to
when
know when
uh,
your time is up or when you really got to go out there. But have you
mm,
met with NFL teams yet or not yet?
I did a couple interviews, with teams like I met with the Titans, the Steelers. Met with Browns, the Chiefs, the Saints. Um,
What about the 49ers?
I don't think I met with the 49ers, honestly.
Probably low key, man, because they do run those zone stuff. So you
Mm,
might be one of those guys. Because with the Niners, they like versatile offensive linemen. They like guys who run zone. And
mm,
you kind of described you can run zones and all that other stuff.
most definitely.
So if
I
they
could
needed you to plug at guard, they'll put you out there next to Trent Williams, man. Like, what would it be like just to play next to the future Hall of Famer if you had the opportunity, man?
honestly, it would honestly be a dream come true. Honestly, playing it next to a veteran who's soon to be a Hall of Famer. It would be honestly a dream come true because as a rookie coming in, I'm looking to him, for just steps, or just critiques on how to get better, on how to be a better football player and just gaining knowledge, from a veteran like that and even playing next to a veteran like that would be very, very beneficial because it'll definitely get my game a little bit better, and definitely help me take the next step, into my game, because I'm always about getting better and I'm always about learning more. There's always going to be weaknesses that I could strengthen up. And I feel like just being around a guy like that would just benefit me, in ways that I can't even imagine. From the mentoring, just you know,
I mean, you would learn a lot from a guy like him. I mean, you would learn a lot from any other player in general. It's just soaking the sponge and all that. That it
yeah.
comes with knowledge with all that. But how do you prepare for your opponents, and what's your game day routine for before the game or something?
Um, how do I prepare? It's pretty simple. We have a game on Saturday, or let's say a game on Friday. That week is very precise. From Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, you got the film, you got the contrast with the body, getting the body flow ready. And then the Tuesday practice is hard. You have to go hard on those Tuesday practices, especially the Wednesday practices as well. I tend to take those 2 days very, very seriously and kind of give it all I got during that week. Get a great lift after. Um, Thursdays, walk through days, just recovery, taking care of the body, staying hydrated, making sure the meals is good too, making sure I'm getting my protein intake, my vegetables, especially all the supplements that I take as well, making sure those are in and those are efficient. Friday leading into a game day, mental day, walkthrough days, but those walkthroughs are actually fast paced. Just making sure my body's flowing, making sure the how would you call it, the looseness is out the body and everything. Mental day, meditate, take a step back, reflect on the week, watch film, talk to my coaches about the film. How do I tweak this? Go over the game plan, in terms of what type of fronts they run, what type of movements does this guy like to do? How does the defensive coordinator play third down? You know, this is my preparation. This is what I like to do. I don't know about other people, but just breaking down film. Breaking down to my opponent, who I'm about to go against. What's the situations between third down, first down. Just analyzing. That's days. For that Friday is a very analytical day for me. Just breaking everything down, making sure my body's right, film is good. So making sure I'm getting good food too throughout the week and leading into Saturday. Which is game day. We let loose. Wake up. Uh, I say a good prayer. God first always. Um, say my prayer, eat my breakfast, take care of what I need to take care of, stay loose, get my game prep ready, watch some film, get my checklist, make sure everything's checked off. And from a stretching standpoint, nutrient supplements, making sure I'm okay and my everybody else is okay too. Make sure my coaches is ready to go, and by like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we ready to go. Stretching, and we also got to stay loose as well. Can't really stay too uptight, and too, you gotta stay loose, going into the game.
Yep,
Um,
gotta be ready for those. And how do you deal with adversity, man? Like, let's say going into halftime, things are just not going your guys' way. How do you handle those type of circumstances?
you just gotta keep going. You have to keep going. Adversity is good. It helps people. Helps the teams a lot. But you just got to keep going. Put your head down and keep going. Keep working. Because eventually you're down 14-0, and then about like 10 minutes in the fourth quarter, you're up. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep going, and keep loosening, tightening them screws during the game, going to the sideline, coming back together, seeing what's going to work, just staying together, staying positive, through adversity. And eventually it's going to get through. I promise. I promise.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah. It's not how you start; it's how you finish. And
finish.
Like sometimes the outcome doesn't go your way, but how do you respond the following week with that type of mindset? You guys lost the game, but you go into next week, how you're gonna be more ready for the next matchup.
Honestly, me personally, I kind of after say we play on a Saturday, we watch film on a Sunday. So that Monday after 12 o'clock, that game is behind me, and I try to get my teammates to know that, yeah, we lost, or yeah, we didn't play as well as we thought we could have did. But hey, man, we have another week to show that, okay, we could show who we are this game. We could show who we are during practice. And it all starts out in practice and how you take care of your day to day basis. You get what I'm saying? So just tighten the screws on them in terms of your preparation, tighten the screws of practice, and on game day is ready to go. You know, me, I tend to after 12 o'clock. I'm not thinking about that no more. I'm on to the next opponent, honestly.
Like they say, flush it, move on to the next. That's what it is. But how would you go through an adversity where you guys are up by a big amount? Do you guys get too ahead of yourself, or do you feel like you want to keep maintaining that momentum with that big lead y'all got?
I mean, see, I've been on both sides of it. Being up in the I say 20, or let's say 21 blowout. Just keeping sorry, excuse me, just keeping your composure and just keeping that same drive you had in the first half. Just keeping the same push, the same mentality. It's I won't say it's okay to relax or anything. I wouldn't like that, because while you're relaxing, the opponent can come back easily like that. Just keeping your composure and keeping the same attitude you had, and don't let up, honestly. Because if you up 21-0, you want to keep going. You want to keep pounding. You want to keep going. You want to keep going. You want to keep going.
Yeah, you don't
Honestly,
want.
you never want to let up. Honestly, you want to get your teammates around you too. To, hey guys, like, let's keep going. Let's keep going, because this game that we're showing that we're blowing teams out, we can even be better than that, if you get what I'm saying.
Oh
So,
yeah, there's plenty left that y'all left behind, and there's a
um,
lot to do better at. But
um,
from that perspective, like I said the other way around, how do you respond from a win against an opponent, and how do you prepare the next game? Because some people, you overlook it and then you kind of get too ahead of it, or sometimes they just get laser focused to the next one.
um, when we win, it's okay. It's okay to win, and winning is a great feeling. Knowing that you accomplished something for not only you but for the organization as well. But I tend to look at it, what can you do better in that win? Because there's a lot of things you left on the field, whether it was better feet work, footwork. Excuse my language. Better footwork, better hand placement. Looking at a win, yeah, it's okay to win, and it's good that you got the win, but you always could be better. You always could break down the film and look at the film and look at it like, okay, yeah, I could have went this way instead of going that way, and maybe it could have been, instead of it being a 21 blowout, it could have been like a 41 blowout, if you get what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah,
just the little things like that and trying to close the gap, into games. I look at it, yeah, we won, but it could have been a better win. You know what I'm saying? And even a better win could even be an even more better win, if that's how I look at it.
yeah. Like sometimes for a team that goes through a win, sometimes they get too ahead of themselves the following week. But if they stay focused and realize, hey, I could have done better on this game, then they
Hmm.
build on to the next game like that. So it's like
Yeah.
you have two different outcomes of what can happen. You deal with defeat, you can build through that loss and go on and build a momentum win. Sometimes it's the motivation. A
Yeah.
win can get you ahead of yourself. It's one of the other circumstances, but sometimes you want to maintain the momentum with the win, of course.
Hmm. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah. So, what's the area of weakness that you need to improve on at the next level?
Just I look at it. there's always going to be something I need to improve on. Whether it's hand placement, whether it's getting faster. It's always something I'm willing to strengthen, honestly, because like whether it's after, it could be anything. I'm always willing to get better at whatever I need to get on, whether it's pass setting vertically, whether it's run blocking, whether it's my cleats not being tied fully tightened. It's just those little details that's there that's gonna help strengthen my weaknesses. And that's how I look at it, honestly.
For real. I mean, like you said, there's a lot to work on. So of course everybody has weakness in certain areas that they can work on to better their game. It comes down to that.
Yeah.
So what do you take away from your journey from going from Rutgers to Bowling Green to get ready for the next level?
Um, what I take away from my journey, just being around people who wants better for them and for the people around them. Um, just being around a group of people and a group of guys that generally wants to perfect their craft, and not only in football too, but also outside of football in terms of building relationships. In terms of their relationship with their family, their loved ones, and just being better at that. And just taking away from school and everything, just being having integrity and being the best version of myself every day, and just understanding that, okay, because the future of us, is the future. You get what I'm saying? Like, just making sure that people behind us is it's okay too, and they're on the straight and narrow too. And if you're seeing somebody that's falling behind, you could tell them, hey, bro, this is the way to do it, and 100% you could probably change that person's life too. I'm all about growth. I'm all about getting better, and I'm all about the people I'm surrounded by wanting the same thing as well too. You know, so that's kind of the thing I got.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. It's not how you start, it's how you finish at the end of the day. But
Yeah.
what would be the most encouraging advice that you would tell somebody who's in your similar situation? Let's just say they go to a solid program school, not get much opportunities like the way you were talking about. What would be your encouraged message for that person?
My courage message to that person, whoever it is to keep going, to keep going. Don't take your foot off the gas. You know, there's gonna be tough. There's gonna be tough times. There's gonna be tough days. There's gonna be tough moments. But you eventually gonna get through it. And just to keep going. And anything you do, just be a better version of yourself, man. And everything's gonna pay off eventually. Everything will. Just keep God first. Stay prayerful. Stay in the Bible. Read your Bible. And everything's gonna play out, man. The storm is eventually gonna clear.
Yeah,
I
good things happen if you just keep going and
keep
keep
going.
going from there. But so like outside of football, who are you as a person?
I'm a fun, enjoyable guy, adventurous guy. Funny. People sound funny. I like to crack jokes here and there. Um, really, really chill. I like food. I like trying new food, whether it's sushi or whether it's trying a new chips and salsa. You know, uh, I'm a big music guy. I like making music. Just making any types of genres of music. It could be rock and roll, R&B. I'm actually working on a project right now, and it's just a mixture of things of just different types of music, and of where it originated from. Just putting those together. I play basketball a little bit. People say I have a little jump shot on the court. Um, I like to take care of kids too. I like to look after them. So that's a little bit about me.
So what's like your backup plan? What's like your college major? Like, we all have backup plans. I'm pretty sure you'll get to the next level, but what's the backup plan?
Well, my backup plan is honestly to be a lawyer. I'm gonna go into law school, be a lawyer, and see where it takes me, and just learn about the ins and outs, of the law. Whether it's civil or anything like that, and see where it goes. Honestly,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that option, man. You're getting ahead of yourself in a good way, and the future's bright regardless of wherever happens from here. But we'll do a couple rapid fire questions just to put in some things to know about you. As far as like video games, are you in the Xbox or PlayStation?
come on, PlayStation now.
Okay.
PlayStation
Uh, Madden or NCAA?
matter.
Okay. See, okay, like let's say you go on your cheat diet, man, just for the day. You had to go between McDonald's or Burger King. Which one?
Burger King.
Have it your way. Yeah. Hey, I like the Whoppers, but the only thing that stands out is probably McDonald's got the best fries. I'll go with that one. But yeah, you gotta have it your way, man. You're the
Come
king,
on,
man, like they say. But okay, like a place to go shopping, like Walmart or Target. If you had to choose which brand,
Walmart.
can't go wrong. Price is low, low price, man. Like I said, there's a cheat diet, man. If you had to choose between a Pepsi and a Coca Cola, which one is it, man? Because I ain't doing no cheat diet. I'm staying low, but I'm just saying, we all got different tastes.
I don't honestly don't drink soda. I haven't drank soda in about 10 years, I'll say. So, but even if I'll probably go Pepsi. Probably
Okay, I
go
mean
Pepsi.
that's crazy, man. 10 years without it, that means you're kind of committed on your body on all that stuff because you want to stay in shape and all that. So for you as an athlete, how do you stay yourself in good football shape? You just said you stopped drinking soda for 10 years. That's dedication.
Staying in shape. Just taking every session and workout seriously, and watching what I eat. Or just let's say in the off season, every workout I attend, giving it my all. Going 110%, doing extra as well too, staying up to date on my supplements, eating my vegetables, and
That's
just eating clean. Grilled chicken, steak, and just keeping those portions, kind of small, but also making sure my protein intake is also as well as too. Um, and that's really it. It's pretty simple. And also hopping on the treadmill for at least an hour a day. Just
yeah.
staying
It's
active,
it's the
staying active.
right way. And what do they have you currently training at the like? What are you currently doing right now? Like training, like where they have you at offensive guard, tackle,
Yeah,
center.
offensive guard right now.
Okay, so they're having you work at guard. Just from your size, just because I'm a guy that watches the draft and looked at a lot of stuff, you're listed at 6'5", 311 pounds. I would say you look like a really good guard at the next level because it seems like you got some good movements. I think you're going to make a lot of good money at guard.
Yeah, it doesn't matter guard, center. It don't matter, man. Just put me
It don't
right.
matter, bro. Versatility. You might even be good at tackle too, but I think just from longevity, I think you might be a good guard the next level.
Yeah, man. Don't matter, man.
Don't
Don't
matter. See, I like the attitude. Don't
matter.
matter at all, bro. You're gonna do whatever it takes to win, bro. That's what
Most deaf.
matters. But
Most deaf,
yeah,
man.
dude, definitely appreciate your time, bro. I know the journey is feeling like, does it feel like surreal to you or business as usual, bro, that you're finally gonna live out a dream that most athletes haven't had?
Um, that's a good question. That's a great question. Honestly, if in my honest opinion, I don't really know how to look at it. I just know the work has to get done. When I'm going into these training sessions and these workouts, the work has to get done. That's kind of how I look at it. My free time, if I'm chilling or anything, just get some extra work in. just continue working on myself and working on my stature. And that's how I look at it, honestly.
Yeah, you still got to keep working. The work is not done, like they say, and just keep on
Mhm.
going. But dude, whatever happens from here on out, man, I'm definitely gonna root for you to succeed. Whatever the team takes a chance on you, bro. But if you somehow end up in the Bay Area, man, I might need to get you on for another appearance just to introduce the faithful. But dude, the journey is what it is, bro. You start from where you're at, and you go from wherever direction you go to, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Lord just picks the purpose, like they say.
Most definitely. Most
Oh yeah.
definitely. Most
And
definitely.
for everybody else, bro, tell them who you are again and tell them what you're gonna do going to the draft or something like that.
My name is Tunde Fatukasi. Getting ready for the NFL draft in 2026. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
CG Ruthless, thank you for having me on here. Thank everybody for watching. And this is going to be a great year. Thank you.
absolutely, bro. And for everybody else, man, go check out Bowling Green, offensive lineman Tunde Fatukasi. Man, this man's versatile. If you want a center, he can play center. If you want him at guard, he can play guard. If you need him at tackle, the man can do it, man. He's Mr. Versatility. Y'all better pay attention to this guy, man, because when it comes down to offensive linemen, they do matter at the next level, man. Definitely appreciate your time, bro. And for everybody else, man, thank you guys for tuning in.